Even under the best of circumstances, it can be difficult for parents to know the difference between challenging behaviors that are just a part of growing up and those that are cause for concern. We continue our In the Know series on mental health, this week focusing on children and teens with Jolinda Thomas, the clinical director of the Cornerstone Family Counseling Center in Oakhurst. Thank you so much, Jolinda, for joining me today to chat about pediatric and teen mental health, something that is incredibly important, certainly in this time that we're going through. Jolinda, talk to me about signs that parents can look out for when they think their child is dealing with a mental health illness.
Well, some of the things that we see are kids will start acting out in anger. They'll have anger outbursts. So all of a sudden, they'll be defiant. Some children will isolate. Some people have difficulties with bathroom accidents, enuresis and caprices, or they'll notice that their children are all of a sudden very clingy with them, or they're very avoidant. What you usually will notice in teenagers is they'll all of a sudden have a new group of friends, and the friends are not quite the same as they were before. They will often want to avoid parents or any family activities. They'll notice, the parents will notice a distancing, and it's all of a sudden they just have a kind of an angry and a frustrated attitude with the family or any family things. The newest thing we have recently is our youth fire setter prevention program that has just gone off. From what I hear, we're the only one who does this in 5 counties. And we have worked on this program for about 5 years.
Talk to us a little bit more about youth fire setting.
Our program is helping people to identify and assess youth fire setters. It's so important for people to know that it is a complete horse of a different color. It's something different, and so it's important to seek out some help when you identify a child who's setting fires. We're partnering with the community burn center, community hospital, because what's happening is these kids are blowing themselves up and coming in and having to be treated, and it's really, really sad. There's 3 different levels. You have your level 1, which is your curious child or peer pressure, which is like, hey, let's light this on fire. The second one is more of your angry child. Some teenagers who are very angry at their parents or their teachers for getting a bad grade, or they're just angry in general. Usually these kids are kids that have been neglected or abused, and they're angry, so they'll set something on fire. Then you have your level 3s, which is more your pathological type of a fire setter. And these kids will actually post trophies of their fires on their Facebook. It's kind of eerie. And this is where this child has some more severe mental health pathological issues.
How can parents help their child if they are seeing signs that their child is struggling with a mental illness?
So the things that you don't want to do is you don't want to just point blank ask them what's wrong or why are you acting like this. Don't push them to talk if they're not ready to do that. Many children don't even know what they're feeling, and they don't know how to label what they're feeling. So if they say, I don't know, they probably really don't know. Asking open-ended questions is going to be really key. If your concerns persist, in other words, those tools don't work, the child is still isolating or angry, then it's probably important to seek some counseling for a mental health assessment.
Such wonderful tips. We really appreciate it. Thanks for your time.
No problem. Thank you for having me.